Tony put a diamond ring into the broken bowl. The next second 2 identical rings appeared inside. Seeing this, Tony was instantly overwhelmed with excitement. He then tried putting both rings into the bowl, and they turned into 4. So he kept duplicating them non-stop. Before long he had a bowl full of diamond rings. At this moment he was completely obsessed with the treasure bowl, and finally believed what the old beggar had said. Just a while ago, Tony had just gone through his girlfriend's betrayal and a rich guy's humiliation. He was walking the streets in despair, when a beggar suddenly asked him for food. Although Tony himself was struggling, he saw how pitiful the beggar looked, and kindly decided to share half of his steamed bun. But the beggar snatched it and claimed he would show Tony a magic trick. He put the bun into the broken bowl, and the next second it turned into 2 buns. Tony looked on in confusion. The old beggar calmly made another bun appear. Tony was so shocked he couldn't speak. Thinking it wasn't enough, the beggar produced several more buns, and told Tony he wouldn't go hungry anymore. He said this was a legendary treasure bowl, and that since Tony had a kind heart, he decided to gift him this fortune. The next second the beggar vanished into thin air. Tony looked up and found the beggar was gone. He thought the whole thing was too unbelievable, so he decided to test it out for himself. Soon Tony's hands were full of diamond rings. Even the flaws were exactly the same. He had already duplicated over 100 rings with the treasure bowl. He planned to sell them at a street stall for cash, hoping this would turn his life around. But just as he turned around he bumped into a beautiful woman. Seeing that she was about to fall, Tony quickly caught her, but the woman thought he was being a pervert, so he kept apologizing non-stop. Then the woman noticed her shoe was broken, and unreasonably blamed the whole thing on Tony. She demanded $80,000 in compensation. Tony searched his whole body, and only had a few dozen dollars. Then he suddenly remembered the rings he just duplicated, so he picked one up and offered it to the woman. She took one look and threw it back at him. Thinking Tony was playing a prank with fake jewelry, she said if the ring was real, she would live stream herself washing his feet in front of 200,000 followers. Tony refused to back down, saying if she didn't believe him she could get someone to verify it. The woman happened to know a rich heir from a jewelry company. She immediately called him over. When the rich heir saw the color and cut of the rings, he instantly confirmed they were real. Even more unbelievable was that all 100 rings were exactly identical. Even the tiny flaws were perfectly matched, so he offered $3 million to buy them all on the spot. He also realized Tony was no ordinary person, and invited him to a private showcase that evening. Only high society members could attend the showcase, and many priceless treasures would be displayed. Tony thought if he could use the treasure bowl to duplicate those items, he could make a fortune, so he accepted the invitation without hesitation. After the rich heir left, the woman immediately tried to cozy up to Tony. Without thinking much, Tony took her home with him. That night, Tony brought the woman to the showcase. The daughter of the richest man announced on the spot, anyone who could provide information about an elixir would be rewarded with 10 million, and if someone could present the elixir itself, she would grant any request. The room instantly erupted. Everyone was eager to try their luck, each hoping to connect with the top elite family. At this moment Tony confidently said he could produce the elixir.